Success grows quietly, often unnoticed. Visionaries like Warren Buffett and Oprah Winfrey understand that patience and persistence are key to greatness. This is the story of Samir, an ordinary gardener who discovered the extraordinary power of perseverance. Samir lived in a small neighborhood where most people were focused on instant results. He owned a tiny, barren plot of land on the edge of town, a space many considered useless. Every day he went there with his old watering can, a few bags of soil and a handful of seeds. Neighbors laughed at him. "You'll never see flowers here this year," they would say. Some called him foolish for spending his days planting what they thought would never grow. But Samir didn't mind. Each morning he would kneel on the soil, feeling the earth between his fingers, whispering to his seeds, "Grow, little ones. One day you'll bloom." He believed in the unseen potential of his work even when no one else did. Weeks passed and nothing seemed to change. The neighbors grew more dismissive, some even mocking him openly. Samir, however, continued patiently. He adjusted the soil, watered carefully, and tended to every seed as if it were a tiny treasure. At night, he would sit by his plot, watching the stars and imagining a garden full of color and life. Then one morning, tiny green sprouts appeared. Samir's heart leapt with joy. He could barely contain his excitement as he watched the little shoots sway in the wind. Slowly, the barren land began to transform. Buds appeared, then flowers. Bright yellows, deep reds, and soft pinks painted the small plot like a hidden masterpiece. Travelers began noticing. People passing by stopped to admire the garden. Some asked if they could take flowers for their homes. Local cafes started buying his blooms. The man who once mocked him approached Samir, his eyes wide. "I never imagined this," he admitted. "It's beautiful," Samir smiled. He realized that the real magic wasn't just in the flowers. It was in the persistence, the care, and the belief he had put into something that others deemed hopeless. What seemed like a small act of planting seeds had turned into a flourishing business, yes. But more importantly, it had transformed the way he saw himself. Over time, Samir's nursery expanded. He trained young gardeners, sharing the lessons he had learned about patience, care, and dedication. His story became a quiet legend in the town, proof that steady, faithful work, no matter how small or unnoticed, can create extraordinary results. The lesson is clear. Growth takes time, and success is rarely instant. Those who persist quietly, who care deeply, and who believe in their work, even when no one else does, will eventually see the fruits of their efforts. Patience, persistence, and faith in unseen potential are often the true secrets to lasting achievement. If this story inspired you, drop your thoughts in the comments, give this a thumbs up, and subscribe for more motivational stories.